This almost feels targeted to try and isolate Twisten, right, on some of these burst plays that Vitality make, but you got to argue then, they've obviously gone for Zyppan for some form of information gathering, right? But the Breach would just be better if you're going to look to stack these rounds on defense. We'll have to see how it plays out, but you got to argue there that the Breach would be a more comfortable pick.
We'll check back in on that. Let me just make note, and we'll see how we feel about it once this game develops. Already, speaking of developing, though, it looks like that Alien's coming in. Yes, a little noted presence towards that B side.
And their preference lies here, time and time again,
yes,
for split Vitality.
And on the other side, greeting it is a fair few players. We're not the only ones aware of this. 3 from NAVI will be ready to greet them. cNed's there. Got Shao tucked into the corner. And Zyppan first. Information finder committed.
I was going to say, actually, with Twisten and BONECOLD over towards mid, you're not expecting this hit to come through very quickly. Now they're regrouping. Information will be confirmed here by Zyppan. No rotation as of yet, though. Happy for this hold here, on, I guess, on the back of Shao's utility.
But they've got to make a go of this soon, and here it comes. Let's see how this works out. How much pressure can they get towards the site? Shao's been deleted. Lovely work from BONECOLD. Used to be just the Sheriff he looked good on, but a classic ain't too bad either. Now, yes, Zyppan was here early, and that's 3 right back to them. Support in place, SUYGETSU by his side.
Wow.
NAVI's back line looks immovable.
And again, the first 2 hurdles with relative ease. I think the gravity well even catches 2 people. BONECOLD
like
didn't catch the vulnerability, so again, a little bit of a unfortunate circumstance there. BONECOLD just sweeps through, though. After that, Zyppan holds his ground. And again, no overinvestment there. He doesn't swing out. He's not desperate to really find this. Spacing not ideal from cNed, no.
Spike down A.
Beautiful second onto Twisten here. And
1 enemy remaining.
again, by this point, it's bought so much time. NAVI are able to actually get this rotation across, so NAVI 1-0 up. SUYGETSU actually going for a spam through his wall. Catches cNed, picks up. Second point of contact, and the third. Twisten finally responds, but down to 16 HP. ceNder finally rejoins his teammate through sewers. It'll be difficult for them to really find anything else in this.
You can already see NAVI preparing, spotting out both players now. So again, NAVI not known to make mistakes in these scenarios, quite disciplined. And you can see already how deep they are sitting on this. There is no easy, comfortable kill to be had. No one is willing to take those easy fights, one sent deep towards CT, the other all the way back round towards the CT side of A. And again, you've got that B main control as well. So they're giving them just enough rope.
Cage triggered.
And I think Angel getting that information. And SUYGETSU going to be put to task. Twisten already low, and you can imagine, ceNder not too far behind. So this is going to be one that feels pretty much done for, and is very clean round there. cNed having a nice little fun time in mid.
Absolutely, yeah, and the one thing that's concerning, I think looking back to the FUT series, I believe, Vitality didn't win a single pistol. And again, we've had this conversation before. There's lots of people that kind of speculate as to how big an issue it is, but the problem being, there was a couple of bonus rounds that are converted on top of that, and those are the concerning
They're
ones.
the ones.
If you can convert the third out of it, and here with 4 surviving for NAVI, you've got to say they've got a pretty good shot at it. Look at this inventory here.
It's fabulous, isn't it? Switching between the Guardian, Phantom, not sure quite what they're going for.
I think this actually enables the operator purchase if he goes with the Guardian, but settles for the Vander instead.
That's a fair enough choice. Couple of Bulldogs as well. On the other side, they do have the purchase here. This is when I want to find out how this looks. Once again, looking like they want to hit that A site. It's a high preference for this side, but the awareness from NAVI seems highly focused towards it. And again, yes, they're well aware they are here. Wonder when they pull over that third player. For now, happy with just the 2 trying to hold on to
Look at this anti-Twisten trip.
It is. It's purely for him. And we kind of noted this may be a comp that's a little tailor-made for him to deal with him. And he has been genuinely a problem. The guy has been quite something to watch, actually. Zyppan caught off guard a touch, maybe out of position, and a lovely little piece from Twisten there. Kind of diverting up towards heaven, gonna find SUYGETSU, and that's the site now looking very vulnerable. Yes, Angel's still here, but what can one man do? We're gonna find out not a great deal. Sets up Shao for a chance, but it's not clean enough. MOLSI down low, but the site's theirs, and the spike plant should be soon to follow.
A 2v4 now, call it really a 1v4 with Shao's HP. As good as dead in this scenario. So you're going to try and isolate ceNder here, though.
ceNder's very aware. Okay, first step found. Aware of Twisten.
Now
Oh,
worried.
Lord, this is vintage cNed. The double stack spots. I think he might have an idea. cNed testing, toying, and almost winning. BONECOLD keeps composure, keeps cool in the end, but that got way too dangerous.
Heroics from cNed.
What an
I think
attempt.
it's ceNder the one to really shut down any possibility of Navi fighting back through. I mean, if Shao's got anything more than 5 HP there,
Could have been.
a fighting chance towards elbow could have been the deciding factor.
Let's look at this again. And again, diverting through heaven here worked so well for them. It looked so aware of maybe when Twisten was going to go for that burst towards the site, but no, up towards heaven and took that control quite comfortably. Probably frustration from the other side getting caught there just off the back of the dog, nowhere to really fall to. Couldn't particularly flash out of it. They'd already taken that space so well. And similar scenes, but a new look this time. Already got cNed posted up towards that side, but back to more of a traditional approach. Angel finding Twisten for free. There is no one to follow this up just yet. BONECOLD held back a little bit more. cNed ready towards heaven. Navi now preparing and bolstering the numbers and locking out Vitality down to just one. And ain't gonna get much for it this time. Angel says not today.
We talk about, obviously, Vitality's preference towards the A site, and I'm curious, actually, of how many times Navi are going to stack a third player with the Cypher setup. Again, it's not really criticism towards Twisten, but there are a number of times where he's so self-sufficient that he can be kind of 2 or 3 steps ahead of the rest of his team. MOLSI's that second layer to kind of satchel in. But if they can isolate that kill time and time again, that's when it kind of becomes very concerning.
And yeah, we noted the additional man being cNed this time, just posted up towards heaven. But it does feel as though, okay, well, when are they going to have to go to the rest of the map? It does once again seem. They're trying to at least sell this picture that there is presence elsewhere on the map. As you can see, Destrian here desperately draw that attention, but this is only a pistol round. Do have the rifle
Maybe the
sound
Blade's
center.
on here, though, if Twisten can get this orb. I don't doubt Angel's going to contest it, at least, but Angel's fallen here.
Okay. Fortunately enough, for at least Navi, they catch ceNder wandering in. Now Twisten does pop the Blade Storm. There's a little bit more bite to this one. MOLSI's got to be careful, but the spike's going to make its way over. No, it's not. Zyppan with a dirty deep angle there, finding MOLSI. Seekers going to make things more problematic, and we need Twisten to do well here. Trying to work off the back of those. Seekers can't do it. cNed and Zyppan in combination. Lovely work. Very concise from Navi. Even after that initial threat of Angel falling, they're right there.
Yeah, because again, you argue the same thing, right? He's the worst person to die first in this composition. If you're playing for those kill traps, obviously, if whether it's Angel or somebody else to swing off them, don't really want to see him drop first. So ceNder actually isolating that one. Vitality going to pump the brakes very early on here on split.
I think they're feeling quite red right now. The additional man on the side, a couple
Absolutely,
of other
yeah.
issues. How do you adjust out of that if that's such a strong preference for them?
Again, this comes back to another conversation that Lothar was kind of hinting at, is actually, other than raw power, brute force and ignorance, what do Twisten and MOLSI really have to play with? This composition kind of relies on Vitality death balling towards the site, maybe Destrian lurking a few times, trying to catch favorable timing on mid, but again, when you're playing against a Viper, early rounding versus a Viper in mid just never feels comfortable on the attacking side of split.
No, you can see Zala really going through the options as best he can here. A couple more seconds to try and talk it through, but they do need to find that adjustment.
Hey, I'm not convinced, you know, spreading thin on the default is actually the response here. Destrian maybe wants to toy a little more with this B main pressure.
Maybe.
Again, how do you force a rotation against the composition that Navi have kind of catered to receive Vitality's approach to split?
Yeah, we're going to see what they do. It may not even be in this round that you see it. Yes, it is after the back of the timeout, but that can always be a little bit funky.
Yeah.
They can always change things up, so we have to kind of wait for that longer reward of that timeout as to what they're going to do. Now, we did see, as noted, I think it was Destrian, yeah, toying with that B presence, but that wasn't the pistol with the upgrade of one rifle and the Blade Storm. So, again, this could be just a lesson learned, trying to be a bit of a fact finder in that previous round. And a proactive stance from cNed over towards A. The flash confirming there is other players towards middle. So SUYGETSU now on red alert. Navi
reading perfectly out of the timeout as well. The Vitality are going to try and approach this round a little differently. You can spot on the minimap actually if BONECOLD was sighted in B main, but at least holding fairly deep right now. And actually getting ahead of the snakebite a little bit. Vitality actually bursting through here. Twisten will find one into Zyppan.
Huge value for Twisten. He needs a little bit of support. Maybe he doesn't. Singular brilliance from this man. The follow-up not going to happen. Angel wins out towards heaven. Going to pop the ult. Should get the full picture now. Challenge from MOLSI loses that one. He has to go away with a tail between his legs. He was on 1 HP there. Does get the heal off BONECOLD, but now into the post plant we go. 3 still standing against the 4. Make it 3 now. Angel doing well for himself. cNed gonna pop the Blade Storm. BONECOLD needs it. Can't get it. It's messy. Destrian with the trade, but it's still a 2v2. Time is ticking. Angel goes down, and that's just SUYGETSU. Can't handle it in the end. The adjustment worked. That burst towards heaven was lovely.
But this is exactly what I'm talking about. This kind of relies on Twisten being self-sufficient. It's that feast or famine kind of ethos, yeah.
Wow.
But he's so far ahead of any second peak from his teammates.
It's the first one, I'm like, cool, okay, he's done great on that first. This, brilliant. The rest of his team are just coming up towards heaven, just towards B main. It's so much on him. And fair play to the man. He does deliver on it, right? Like, that is a very precarious win condition to depend on, though. Okay, Twisten, get us to every round.
Hey, this map is where it's worked time and time again for Vitality, though. Twisten's been good for it. cNed, though, going to get the operator online here.
Cage triggered.
Maybe look to actually start controlling mid a little differently. But Vitality continuing with this trend to explore elsewhere. To test Shao's hold towards B main.
I do like the idea of cNed on the operator, though, because he can be left to his own devices a little bit more towards middle if he wants to. So I wonder how quickly do they adjust SUYGETSU back over towards helping out Shao here.
Twisten just looking to burst once again. Zyppan's found ceNder, though. That's very early on. Twisten!
How's he so good at this?
SUYGETSU's dropped.
It's actually ridiculous how talented that man is. For the monsters on the site, cNed with 1 already. Spike now down. Timing's unfortunate, but the double swing was fantastic from Vitality. Now there's problems. Angel, there's a rocket flying your way. Nothing much to do but die in that one. Vitality have found an answer. And precarious, volatile, dangerous, statistically out of sorts. Credit to Twisten again. Second time he's found these entries. And they have not been easy for him by any means, but both of them have converted into a round now.
And particularly starting on split here, I think you look at the numbers again from the previous series. I think Twisten only came out positive in 1 head-to-head overall. I mean, QT absolutely outclassed him. So to have him come in here, start on split, and be playing like this is a huge positive for Vitality as the season, as the series progresses. So now actually forcing the hand of NAVI to look towards some kind of adaptation. And right as we say that, look at the minimap.
It's a good call. Kind of get them accustomed to having to deal with that now. B presence, mid presence, and still confirming there is something there, right? So they have to be a little bit cautious of what Destrian can do, because his lurk now becomes way more deadly, right? This is when he can maybe find some value, and see him drawn back to this, called back to attention. He can't rotate earlier, faster now. So this comes down a lot towards Angel, a lot towards Zyppan. Zyppan's been wonderful, though. Very, very good at this so far. Now, cNed decides to join them. Spots the players, it's messy. It's not pretty enough.
The double swing was a little off time in there. cNed will respond, but still many bodies left to find here. Yeah, so don't shoulder that again, buddy.
Oh, the paranoia was, the support system there from SUYGETSU saves cNed, essentially. And now...
Destrian actually regroups on side here, but Twisten in no man's land.
Just drifting. Destrian, MOLSI, what do you do? Okay, 1 by pillar, 1 backside. What's MOLSI got? Not much. Okay, well, Destrian's position's noted, but they've lost cNed for it. And now MOLSI gets the next layer of contact. They can sit a little deeper here. It's getting dangerous, sure, but time is still on their side. The shots aren't coming through, and now Shao left with it all to do. At 1v2, 1 shot's great.
Oh my God!
Second from Shao. Has he got the time?
It should be fairly comfortable.
Just about on the time here. I think he's fine on this one. Fantastic round from Shao. That looked all but lost. Vitality flipping the script to what looked like a great attempt towards A, but just gets individually handled by Shao himself.
Wow, what a crazy back and forth. cNed finding a couple of freebies, I gotta say it. SUYGETSU, though, bails him out to keep him alive in this round. Great response here. The reactionary paranoia from Destrian. Beautiful. To try and isolate that kill.
And it would have worked.
We're worried about ceNder kind of shouldering that, but actually the confirmation on the back of that, immediately Destrian's there with the support. And then actually TP's back towards site.
Really impressive.
Twisten's going for the updraft here.
There we go. Twisten, where are we off to?
Get out of my way.
Oh. And I guess they're waiting for a little bit more pressure to come through. Now he has a little look. Nothing's there. Now, remember, we had seen cNed earlier kind of showing a little bit more leg towards ramp, trying to be a little bit more present. This has fully facilitated this push up to this point. Now, how do they handle this? So rotations are on the way. 2 more players coming over.
Very early, Shao and SUYGETSU, actually. There's a gap in mid here if Vitality do want to kind of pivot away from this.
I know it's
Zyppan, the timing's not there for him. Angel, quick snap with the 4. Second claim, BONECOLD down 5 HP, but he's trying to find desperate information to work off. ceNder bests him. But now, 3v3. Spike yet to go down, but it should be on the way. Destrian dipping towards the side, but it's SUYGETSU once again finding Twisten kind of in between a rock and a hard place. Putting it all into the hands of ceNder in the 1v2. Both towards CT and not a shot in hell. SUYGETSU finds him.
NAVI desperate to prevent the spike going down in so many of these rounds. Happy to catch an early rotation, get bodies in place, and literally play, you know, potentially a 3v4 or a 4v5 ahead of Vitality even hitting the site. I mean, Zyppan's unlucky here, to be honest. Half a second earlier, he's probably good for 1 or 2 in that situation.
Well played, Angel. Good ball.
And yeah, rightfully said, Angel goes huge to find 2 kills there. Confirmation with the neural theft behind, again, removing the possibility of any lurk coming through from Destrian or ceNder. Well, I had a chat with one of the French casters.
Yeah, talk to me.
Just before we came on.
Yeah, how'd that go?
He was like, oh, Series 2, what do you think? I was like, yeah, 2-0, 2-1 maybe, but should be a relatively smooth one. He was like, no tech pauses today.
Oh.
I went, no, I don't think so, actually, no.
Should I have a little look down? I do see an admin behind NAVI. Let me get out my chair.
cNed's causing problems again.
It's always cNed. He's a troublemaker, he is. It does look like it might. Yeah, no, Vitality at... Oh, there's admins on both sides. Hold on.
It's all kicking off.
It's all gone P-Tom. Looking. Okay, so we're just going to find out what it is. Looks like it's just a little chat from one of the players with the ref, so it shouldn't be too much of a bother. Hopefully that'll be resolved quickly enough.
I could see Angel laughing it off as well, so it's obviously not that big a deal. Well, probably actually very severe, and Angel's still laughing it off.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him.
No.
Something has gone deathly wrong, and he's just like, yes.
Let's play.
That wasn't a bad impression, honestly. Yeah, you don't do them often, but that was quite good. It's cheerful. Oh, snap time. It's always nice.
It is, yeah. It is an outrageous
oh.
record so far.
Oh, had a timeout.
Because this has started since like Masters Berlin.
Oh, we've never known peace.
No.
Never. Well, maybe it's time to start a podcast up. I'm worried when I see players talking during tech pauses though, because it feels like it might be a long one. Hold on. Come on. Come on now.
Angel's being told strictly not to touch his keyboard.
Yeah, yeah. He's having a chat. Does look as though everything
We're
is...
out.
Tickety-boo, we are back on the way. Thank you for the patience. No idea, in the end, what happened.
Just to note as well, there's another couple of
Rat
really weird.
Oh.
I've seen it. Catching Destrian on the attempt potentially to bait that TP out, but punished off the rip. Res is available.
This.
This literally looks like a bronze lobby setup for a cyber. It's like, but it's all targeted towards MOLSI's, you know, pathing on the satchels and also Twisten's dash, and they obviously haven't got the res yet. Maybe looking for a kill or something to capitalize on. BONECOLD slipped the net here.
Yeah. Oh my word, he's gone really far. Now SUYGETSU does get him in the end, but that has certainly weakened the site hold. This kind of isolates SUYGETSU to his own Viper's Pit. They can plant around this. Seekers have gone in though, and it's the right time to strike! SUYGETSU, where did you get that third from in that end? What?
That was outrageous from SUYGETSU. There's not a single player considering the possibility SUYGETSU's going to swing out of that pit. Wow.
Great timing off the Seekers too.
Beautiful adjustment on the second. Was it the second onto MOLSI?
Let's have a look. Here it is.
That's ridiculous.
I'm Queen.
And yeah, curious really, with BONECOLD digging, I guess the lack of weaponry here, they're looking for a kill or two, potentially get those weapon upgrades to get Destrian back, but you're hitting a site on a half-buy, an eco round without the smokes, and it's difficult. cNed now looking to go exploring, establish his dominance as the Jet in this lobby, but Twisten back on his feet.
Yep. Second chance at life here. God, I do enjoy watching cNed.
It's always a joy.
It's one of those treats. Now, actually, ceNder's been caught. Maybe some
I think through the
unfortunate
cage
timing.
as well, actually.
And as it stands, you can see the backfill from cNed clearing over. No one else is there, so they should be able to drift back through with some relative confidence that it's going to be that either mid or that B
Show me the
piece coming
Cypher
in.
setup.
Here it is. That's the crowd, but thank you, Mel. It's quite unpleasant.
Again, Twisten loves this dash up to the top. He's actually not going to do it here.
Fair enough. He's managed to avoid the weirdness of it, but SUYGETSU's still going to find him for one. Now, BONECOLD with an attempted plant. You can see Angel getting curious, getting closer, and actually going to get the catch too. Finds BONECOLD, looking for the follow-up here. MOLSI now noted. Gotta be cautious of Heaven. Timing should be good for cNed here. Shot goes astray. Destrian's got a new lease of life, but it's very short.
He's not going off the defuse. It didn't bump him off.
Angel's just got like, what are his hands made of? How's he held on to that? He just got bopped off it.
I think it moved him from one side of the spike to the other, and he was just holding it the whole time.
Oh, that's gutting, isn't it? One day these weird traps will work too, and I will find happiness.
I don't often wish for Twisten not to be successful on an entry, but I do want to see him just caught mid-air. Yeah, as soon as this cage gets popped. And to be honest, ceNder hasn't been drifting ahead of those too often, so...
Where's the boop? Didn't even see it.
See, unfortunately, this looking like it might even be a 9-3. Again, the purchase comes through. It's a Guardian for ceNder.
Oh, this is so dangerous. cNed, he's getting away with it again. His entry work has been quite incredible, and the follow-up
as well.
Yeah. That's a rough two to lose early on.
And this is a concern I was talking about. I didn't think the solution would be to spread thin in a default here, because there are some key stakeholders in terms of making this composition work. Again, you need Twisten to be self-sufficient. You need to make the same argument for MOLSI as well, to be honest with you. And with him falling, Destrian as well now, you hit the side with no smokes.
Obviously, they're trying to filter through middle. The three that remain. cNed's still there. Just saw a barrel, took the shot. Didn't get what he wanted, but the smoke to follow as well. Just gonna hinder the pace. They're looking for options, but they're really not being given many here.
But look at how they have to approach this now. It's shouldering every single angle, just to try and bait cNed out, or at least spot his reposition.
30 seconds left.
They're running the clock so low, and they still haven't cleared this. cNed. Shot goes astray, okay. Oh, bloody hell, Shao. Sharp as ever. Twisten does get the trade for it. ceNder gets found, and Twisten falls unceremoniously. It will be 9-3, and quite a clear lead here. Now, upon review, though, a couple of rounds that certainly stood out, at least, were the ones where Twisten was able to get those entries, right?
Sure,
those two hits that came through. It
goes without saying, this season, Twisten has been individually a massive win condition for this team. But again, where this sort of composition, this approach to split, kind of feels one-dimensional. Is yeah, okay, cool. If Twisten can't get ahead of everything, catch the defending team off guard, and find maybe one, potentially two kills in situations that completely blows the site wide open, what else do you do?
What's the next layer?
Yeah.
What's the next?
Because there's no utility for you to set up this wide default. You know, you can't really pressure both extremities. No. You can't have a flash in one side and somebody else, you know, smoking off and Twisten dashing in. You don't really have any map control unless you hit a site together. Yeah,
we saw them attempt it almost with Destrian, right? But then again, they're still needed on the other side of the map. So you're absolutely right on that. Now, again, this is one of the harder things I'd say about playing NAVI, is their ability to be so aware of this. From the very start, having that additional man cheated over towards the other side that they had. Vitality knew that they loved to hit towards. It worked a couple of times, I think 2 of the 3 rounds.
Yeah, just to say, we didn't see any rounds that really rode on the back of Angel's utility.
No.
There weren't anywhere, I can maybe count 1 or 2 kills off the trips alone, but for that not to be so prominent really actually paints a bad picture for Vitality's attack here. And historically, it's been fantastic.
It has been. Even in their adjustments, though, it felt like NAVI were that step ahead. And that's what scares me. Wait, you got Stevie down there. Oh.
Hey.
Oh. He's only a treat for only people in-house. If you come down here, you get to hear...
We should get more screen time with Stevie, actually.
True. Honestly?
Should I get him up here for a cast?
You think so?
Yeah.
It's his time.
If he can gas us up the way he gasses the crowd up.
Oh,
Take us to the next level.
Can you stop just like teeing up people to steal my job? Like,
I
you
mean,
relax.
to join us.
No, he'll outshine me. You see how he dresses?
I think the crowd would love to see Stevie up here.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, for the crowd.
Yeah.
You're a man of the people. That's you. But the second half is now posing a bit of an issue overall, though, because they are working with very few rounds. NAVI seem extremely well prepared. This is meant to be probably Vitality's very good shot at doing some damage. This is now going to get quite scary going with only 3 to your name. This is going to be a very uphill struggle.
Yeah, it is. You're at such a deficit here where actually the same sort of arguments we make about how approaching split, and you've got to say, if you're going to ask for a Jet to be self-sufficient, cNed's going to be the go-to guy, right? Especially having the confidence, the momentum built with how that defensive half went. I mean, Vitality are going to need a pistol.
Ooh.
And again, this is, I don't ever want to come back to this, but it does become concerning when you enter a half 9-3.
Oh, 100%.
And you need one.
No,
and the round 2, and then the round 3, and
it's kind of wild to me because you have someone like BONECOLD, who to me always classically was just literally the pistolero. This guy was the one and only with the sheriff back in the day, a bit of anything. He was always so god tier with it. So it's crazy that doesn't kind of bleed through to the rest of the team. But SUYGETSU doing some nice ice carving here.
ceNder and Twisten are 2 of the best pistol players as well. ceNder is nuts with a sheriff.
Yeah, absolutely. It's crazy, right? You think surely that combined would at least give them some sort of benefit to it. Not been the case, but NAVI making no real secrets of their presence here. So only real confirmation so far is the Skydog coming out. cNed's gone a little further ahead.
I mean, that's huge. They baited out the paranoia, and I think for NAVI, that's a huge win, considering the progress elsewhere with Shao and Angel. Very high flash, and actually, Angel tries to capitalize, but MOLSI shuts him down.
And the rest of Vitality are actually here as well. This is good. But now let's look at cNed's lurk, because he was kind of posted up early. Gets found as well. Twisten, brilliant comeback, seemingly actually aware of the chance of it. And it does look like a B finish, but cam in place. ceNder not clean on that. And Shao chipping him down as well, but it's going to call everyone over. He's hit the alarm button, and he's got support now. So between Zyppan and Shao, quite a difficult round to make much happen for themselves here.
Yeah, there's only ceNder tagged up as well. 14 seconds left.
Okay, that'll be only Twisten falling, but Twisten did some great damage this round as well.
Definitely,
so towards that blade storm quite early on, and Vitality win a pistol.
Absolutely, and they're so quick with this rotation. I think as well, probably identifying the same issues. Like, we send the paranoia, we don't get anything on it, and actually reading that rotation. I'm not sure if they caught any of the steps through sewer, but they're here so quickly to try and shut down this mid-split from NAVI. Yeah, Angel desperate to capitalize on that flash. MOLSI able to find a key kill to really slow things down. I think starting initially, it was only BONECOLD there towards A. So he puts the wall down, there's a little bit of pressure behind it. Maybe here's 1 or 2 people, I'm not sure, but that's what pulls initially Twisten and Destrian over towards A heaven.
And the only couple of upgrades come through for Zyppan, cNed, and SUYGETSU. Oh,
that's not a good start.
Oh,
cNed, snappy with it.
It just feels like vengeance anytime you take down BONECOLD with the sheriff. But now MOLSI going to try and fill the void a little. Paint just
Angel,
good.
Yeah,
okay. Angel couldn't
quite make it away. They don't get a weapon either.
Ooh.
He's only a Spectre, but
something. The rest of the map's already been. Oh my word! Wait, are we gonna have a battle in sewer? We actually might. Oh, the timing's atrocious. Twisten just catching the heels there. Shao never stood a chance, and he can fall away from this now. That's very indicative, quite telling.
Well, it's telling that Angel falls that there's no cam outside A main, there's no trip there, so they can go exploring here. So credit to Vitality of identifying that point of weakness on the side of NAVI in this round. Capitalizing very quickly. So cNed, is he still considering going for the Spectre? He's going to make his way through vents regardless.
Yeah, there is utility in the way though, so he will be noted.
Left.
Careful now.
Ratty camera. I'm gonna spot both of the players, noting the cNed's not there. Puts Twisten on alert. Really, I like the discipline from Vitality though. They don't want to give up numbers here, and absolutely correctly. Where did you just get 2 from? He's got time for a plant.
Hopefully he can't get this rifle up. No, he's just going to try and get it. MOLSI going to seal the deal. Zyppan, man.
Zyppan making something out of nothing.
That second kill was so quick after the first as well.
If we have a replay of that, ooh, wouldn't mind seeing that. That's, I mean, Zyppan's got his ult now as well from that, surely. This was the start for cNed. Little catch towards sewers for Twisten. Thought it was all over almost at this point, didn't you? But, oh. Ooh.
10 seconds left.
Zyppan? Okay. Logitech G power up round. Let's see. Now, look. Oh.
I can see smiles all across the audience.
Yeah, they love it. They love a tech timeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do too.
Do you?
Yeah.
What about it do you love the most?
Getting to talk more about the game.
Please, then dive in on this second
This
half
has been
of Michael.
a riveting start.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about it's really enamored you here?
Round 2 particularly.
Oh, what about it? Expand. Compare and
That
contrast.
first kill.
The first one.
Honestly,
Just
I'll remember that one for hours to come.
in absolute rapture.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah.
But let's look at the positives.
Which ones?
Vitality winning pistol.
That's true.
Round 2 it got dicey, but
That's
round 2
why
on the
there's a
board.
tech pause. They're like, something's wrong.
There's something must have been. There's a glitch in the matrix.
Something has gone terribly wrong. Are we back in game?
It looks like we're back in game, yeah.
Oh, see, it's fine. It's
And
fine.
Twisten actually getting early progress towards the Bladestorm. This
Pretty big.
isn't a comfortable purchase outside of that.
Oh, MOLSI's not. He's actually done quite well to get a little bit of progress going for himself too.
A rifle and a Spectre, though. So NAVI definitely coming into this with a huge advantage. Twisten. Oh.
How has he won that? How has SUYGETSU won that one? He was backpedaling away, and it looked so right for Twisten.
Unfortunate start to this one. See, SUYGETSU can actually regroup here and catch this heel. And Zyppan, I guess, anticipating some further aggression in towards Su is actually. ceNder's found cNed, but only gets away with 35 HP. Will catch the heel off BONECOLD. Angel desperately trying to backfill that.
I get nervous when the round feels weird. It's got a weird feeling.
It's had a weird start.
It's had a weird start. It's
ceNder
okay.
actually double dipping towards Vincere.
It's all right now. Okay, just keep your eyes on MOLSI. MOLSI's the man who can do the danger, he do the damage. He ain't nearby. He's over towards B.
BONECOLD definitely going to have
with
his
the
hands
Sheriff.
full here.
Look, I'm a believer in BONECOLD. I'm part of the gang, but this is a lot to ask. 35 seconds.
Just catches a glimpse of Shao, but unable to do any damage here. We've got to be conscious. Again, he's very paranoid of any further progress towards heaven. MOLSI the same. Destrian and MOLSI are still clearing mid right now. Trying to maybe isolate Angel, but he's retreated all the way to the back lines.
Okay. I just feel like they have so little time to clear 4 players.
This is taking a long time to get towards site.
Yeah. They have nothing to really propel them forward either, particularly. Yeah, BONECOLD going to step through on CT. It's not looking likely. Destrian, yes, will find one, but MOLSI left in a 1v3. And no real time to do anything
I
with
mean,
this.
the exits would be huge here for MOLSI if he swings onto this.
Does he have the time?
No.
Oh.
So gets you back down to like 15 HP again. See, a nice conversion. 3 left standing for NAVI as well. So a little buffer in terms of the finances here. Twisten did burn up the Bladestorm. You noted as well, good progress from MOLSI, but that showstopper's still not there yet. Wondering if actually they can spread the funds. SUYGETSU at 28.50. I don't know if he can sell a piece of utility. And it looks like Twisten's got SUYGETSU bang to rights there.
Absolutely. Halfway into his grave,
One
but
enemy remaining.
not a problem for him. 10-5 now. Double digits have been achieved by NAVI. Purchase will be at least conceding in some areas. We are going to see the Guardian come out. You noted that one of them was a little lower on funds, and that has...
Again, Shao's been playing some of these attacking rounds slower than Angel, so again, if he's going to backline with that Guardian, make use of his utility, absolutely fine with that.
All right, Twisten operator. Saw cNed having time of his life before. And he actually gets the assist from that, and okay.
Look at that confirmation.
Okay.
Beautiful. MOLSI tries to bait himself onto the Trailblazer to play Twisten in, but Angel spots it out with the spy cam as well.
So meticulous to even still go through that, right? That's wonderful.
I think that's the indicator. They spot the operator, they spot the second duelist as well. They know where that pressure is going to be coming from Vitality on this defense.
And here comes the crunch. Shao, though, back line. And that Guardian not up to task. Does a lot of damage, yes, but now the map feels weird. And is SUYGETSU ready for the walkout? No, not at all. Completely unaware of the possibility, but now BONECOLD taking a look back here. In the meantime, yes, they did get the plant down, but it's only 3 of them. And BONECOLD still finding fights. Couldn't quite follow up towards cNed, but it's the 2v4.
A flash
it was
available.
a 5. I get scared when it's these two, though. Flash back up for Zyppan. And they are individual in this. They are not playing together by any means. cNed being kept in check by Destrian. Zyppan's gone down. cNed now not going to be able to do it. Vitality slowly constricting in on NAVI. And this will give them a 6th, 4 alive as well. Very good round here from Vitality.
Again, this is how you expect them to have to play this, right? It's almost what we wanted to see on the attack. They're stacked up, they're taking their time. It's very, very composed in terms of approaching that retake. A couple of key engagements going their way, though. First of all, the kill towards Shao, then SUYGETSU as well. Yeah, cNed knows that one's lost. Good stuff from Vitality here.
Behave. Is this just a normal timeout?
No, it's a normal timeout.
I feel like we've had one every round.
NAVI have called this one. Yeah, there you go.
cNed looks unhappy with it.
Yeah, I mean, it must feel a little frustrated in a minute if you're in a position where you can't really capitalize on some of the advantages that NAVI can create early on. Again, that's such huge information to find MOLSI and Twisten, and not just being Twisten, but an operator on the defense. And there's no chance of that pressure coming back through mid. They have to funnel all the way back through A heaven. Again, by the time NAVI are hitting sight, you look at the minimap and you're thinking, Vitality, if they aren't quick to this, the clock will decide this one.
Yeah.
In that regard, BONECOLD and Destrian, huge props to them.
cNed very vocal in this timeout as well, actually. Interesting. Between the coach, Angel, everyone else. cNed having a fair amount of input towards that, but held at 10 for now. Vitality doing kind of what we asked them to. We said, pick up a pistol, cool, all right, yeah, you didn't manage the third, that's fine, but you went right back to business, and you did it cleanly. This is not bad. Now, it could all fall to pieces in the matter of one round, but as it stands, they're making a damn good go of this.
Twisten trying to find something in B main. Forced off, I think, initially with the spam, but no tag, no damage comes through. This double duelist setup now drifting towards B site to complement ceNder's utility. See if NAVI can actually garner this information and make a decision that favors them. There is that trip, obviously, in towards vents. BONECOLD and Destrian up towards heaven on A. But yeah, nothing shown from Vitality here.
No, putting full faith in the utility that NAVI have put down early on to try and keep them safe in this. Twisten, that looked like he was on the money. So the popped. Oh my God, that's two. MOLSI finding Zyppan and cNed. And with ceNder in this very unorthodox position, finding more than enough value. Vitality holding. Mike, this is very impressive work. I like what I'm seeing.
Beautiful adjustment out of timeout as well. NAVI, it takes them the best part of 45 seconds to even find a player, get contact on someone. Beautiful showstopper from MOLSI as well. You were saying, yeah, obviously linking together the second, but in my eyes, with this scoreline, the 9-3 from the first half, linking to 4 is that key round to get yourself back in the game. Fantastic stuff from Vitality. Looks as if they do want to start slowing this down just a little bit here.
And playing that style against NAVI, you feel you're playing against the kings of it, but they are doing a very, very good impression of it. And Twisten, again, new adjustment, new look. Last time he got really overwhelmed by the utility in his way. Dog, the timing on this, yeah. We'll have to rescind from middle. Give cNed the room to strong it out, but across the map, it's not all towards mid this time. We do still have the presence here. SUYGETSU trying to be cautious on this. They have drifted a second player over. Zyppan's now gone towards that side too. Re-smoke towards middle. Twisten got Shao pinned here. Having to commit the smoke just to get away. Showing a little something. Look at the response. Twisten right back to business as well. They're getting proactive in mid.
I was going to say, NAVI feel as if they're going to have timing here on A. Destrian does have his paranoid to slow things down, but no smokes. You only have one invested towards A main here.
If they want to find that window of chance for NAVI, they've got to get a move on now. cNed going to go in first, trying to get up towards it. Clears out as he goes. No one's actually on the side, but it's Twisten waiting towards CT. Second challenger, no, doesn't pull the trigger. They go back for more.
Twisten's
the jet battle. Lovely catch on the cross from Destrian as well. Angel punished.
30 seconds
a 5v3, and they're starting to dwindle. Slowed down, the smoke dissipating from heaven, giving now a bit of a problem. The plant can come in. I don't think much is going to stop that. Maybe a paint shell could be thrown through. But SUYGETSU needs something here. The timing might just be right. Can he get the adjust? No, denied. And NAVI holding this down now to a 2v2. Twisten and Destrian. What can you do about it? It's just Twisten now in a 1v2. He's got the time on his side. He's got to try and move in, find these players. 7 bullets, 5 now to play with. He's making a damn good go of this one. Oh! Oh! And the final player, where the hell is Shao? He has no idea, and Shao is trying to keep cool, keep calm, and Twisten is on the hunt here. 3 bullets, he's got to make his mind up. Oh, and Shao!
Nerves of steel from
so
Shao.
So calm. After you just lost a teammate to a one-tap blind, I'd be shaking in my boots.
Beautiful stuff from Twisten to even make that a likely scenario for him. But again, well worked from NAVI. Again, noting very early on, Twisten obviously finds his kill. cNed spots him again, posted up on that deep angle.
Enemy remaining.
They completely mitigate the risk here from the operator. Dare I say, is that 3v5?
I think
It was I'm pretty sure it was close too.
so.
It was a 2v4 or 2v3 at one point. After SUYGETSU's traded out.
Desperate to isolate. SUYGETSU is so aware of this now. After seeing before Twisten, happy to challenge this. It was with the knives last time.
Yeah, again though, because Angel's not got his cam up here. It's just this trip, so Vitality can post up very deep in towards A main.
Oh, he's staying posted on this. How long does he sit here though?
I mean, if Vitality then prioritize mid, this basically funnels NAVI towards B. They have no other options.
Yeah. You still gotta assume that Destrian's gonna be under a whole lot of pressure. He does have the support from Heaven now coming back down. MOLSI's there, BONECOLD's there, so he does have help. Still a 3v4 at the best of times. And they go for a re-challenge here. cNed happy to greet it. That's gonna take MOLSI away from the equation completely. Yes, turns the flash, but no one was following it up just yet. And now they're looking to draw that rotation, and look at what NAVI are doing. But 35 seconds, they don't have much time for this.
Look at that, she split through here. Angel the spot out with the spy cam initially.
So dangerous
BONECOLD.
now. The flooding into the unknown. Twisten is waiting and delivering. Finds Zyppan, falls away. 20 seconds, he is surrounded. Yes, support behind him in the form of Destrian. He wants SUYGETSU, but he just looks away. And now they're terrified of coming up that
13
road.
seconds.
The cross gets caught. Twisten is doing so much damage. 10 seconds now. They still don't know about Destrian. He's waiting on the site. They bound it. Oh, they got past him. Time, 3 seconds.
He can't get it.
I don't think he's got the time on the plant. They've run the clock down just enough.
I was talking about Twisten being played out in the previous round. Here, he causes so many problems for NAVI. And SUYGETSU, again, opting not to pinch through ramp. In that scenario with 14 seconds left, you just want to throw bodies towards it. Make sure you get that trade, because you even noted it. They still didn't know about Destrian. It was still another player to deal with after that. So I think the game plan here, and it's been evident a couple of times here, locate Twisten and formulate a plan quickly on the back of that. Not paying off here. Vitality, in my eyes, got themselves right back in this half. Yes, 3 rounds still separate them. They're in the driving seat.
Yeah, they've certainly got the reins here, right? They're holding on to this one. I'm liking it. They're making NAVI work for their dinner, right? Like, it's a couple of sporadic rounds, yes. That's about it. Now, all they've noticed so far is that Sheriff. There are 2 rifles, cNed with 1, Shao with the other. No one holding close towards Mail. Twisten, dirty angle with the operator, but he needs someone to hold Heaven for him. Boombot will reveal some of the intention. And there are 2 players up there, Destrian being 1. With that Boombot, obviously MOLSI by his side. Contact now made. cNed correctly deduces the second player would swing, but the paranoia catching him, forcing him away. It looks like they're adjusting here. No. Trade gonna come in. But now there's pressure, and it's on ceNder.
The shift walking away. He's so lucky to slip the net.
He got Angel. Oh my God, he's got Zyppan. No right to it by any means.
Oh my God!
ceNder, you had no right to do that sort of damage from that position.
Again, nerves of steel. ceNder shift walking away.
The smoke was, oh my word.
The timing is obscene there. And even then, Zyppan throws the Seekers out, and ceNder still gets 2 from that position. Ridiculous round from him. But I said he gets 2, he gets a 3rd as well on top.
Yeah.
Yes, this will do.
And basically 1 buy round away from tying things up. Vitality are walking mid.
Angel's surely gonna notice something's wrong, but Twisten was so far ahead of it. Beautiful. This has to spur on Navi towards A, right? Like, this is them now having to pour into this. What can cNed do again? He looked calm under the pressure before, but this is a lot of players. Catches cNed on the way through, leaving Navi with just 3, Shao, SUYGETSU, and Zyppan, to try and at least contain the site, maybe get a plant for themselves, something to work on their side. Twisten is chomping at the bit here, though. Yeah, here he goes, he wants in. Gonna dive in, they have no idea. How has he got this far? Completely unnoted! Oh,
no, my God!
Of course! Straight from the air, flies in with the shorty. None of them knew he was coming.
Flawless.
Beautiful work there, right back at the door. 11-10, Vitality with a new lease of life.
And Twisten really taking control in this second half. This is all on the back of this mid-walk early on. After a couple of rounds where they want to slow things down, they're waiting for Navi to creep through the map.
I read him like a book, man. Same round.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. They're reading exactly what Navi are trying to do in mid, and they punish it.
Is it Navi timeout? How many do they have?
This is their last.
Surely, yeah.
And again, like I said, Navi now in a position where they probably have to concede the next. I don't think the purchase is going to be there.
No. I don't quite remember the ults they have to play with, but I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's feasible.
No, so this should be, by all rights, unless it goes a little bit Carmine Courcoy, 11-11, right? Like, I've been hurt in the past, Michael. I can't trust anything.
Oh, we've got a 2-cam of cNed.
cNed v cNed.
A scary duel.
I don't want it. Oh. Back to 1.
Yeah, I don't think feasibly Navi have enough to throw at this. They've been throwing a hero rifle in here and there on the back of Shao and cNed. A couple of times SUYGETSU's donned one, but I mean, it's going to be a Guardian, a Spectre. Yes, the Blade Storm, so maybe a chance to get something done if cNed can pop off, but this second half has been the story of Twisten, honestly.
Yeah, fully unleashed. Blade Storm's going to go into it. But he's got a fight on the other side here. Let's Twisten play this, though. cNed's got...
SUYGETSU found BONECOLD again.
Okay. Let's...
Oh my God.
Oh, don't give him that shot. Twisten is now trying to deal with the flood of Navi. Oh my God, cNed swoops in, shows him what he can do, gets the operator ready to go now. Navi kicking it up a notch. What the hell is this round?
Again, he just makes it so difficult to land that shot. cNed
Spike planted.
makes use of the updraft. But again, it's on the back of SUYGETSU finding 2 huge Sheriff picks. Vitality's got to give this one up.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's how Navi get to 12.
If cNed can pop off, by the way.
If. God.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh, MOLSI. That's a whole lot of upgrades they're finding. Whole lot of weapons. Navi right back into things with 12 and an instantaneous timeout for Vitality. They need a chat.
Because with how this half has gone, that's got to be a very frustrating round. BONECOLD there just completely caught off guard.
1 enemy
And then to find the second as well. Huge round from SUYGETSU.
The second. Peeking into that? No thank you. Just the little headshot
yeah,
angle
because
above.
it's like that. It's like a headshot peek both ways.
Yeah. It's just like the risk-reward factor. Leave him behind the wall.
He's behind the wall, exactly. There's no, until he breaks that wall, there's no real threat.
Getting a little ahead of themselves there. Getting a little, you know, wanting to tie it up. I get it. But frustrating.
Because there's no chance of SUYGETSU retrieving the rifle either. It's, like you said, that risk-reward factor is so low, so low.
But until this point, Vitality had been winning out this half.
Yeah.
So this is that kind of anomaly, right? The blip on the radar. But the problem is it comes at such a precarious time. We're sat with now map point against them. Navi getting to 12 here.
But we were talking about that. That should have tied things up. That should have been 11 apiece. Now
Yes.
Navi with a couple of chances to close this one out.
One away from Zyppan's ult, one away from
Yeah,
Shao's
one
as well.
away from the Divide and the Seekers are huge rounds.
real round changes, right? Like actual impact. But they have only managed, what, 1, 2, 3 rounds on this side. So here we go. How much has that shattered Vitality's confidence? What have they cooked up in that timeout? Maybe just to calm down, regain a little bit of that composure and control, because they go back in. cNed without operated hand, looking to find his first potential victim, but this is a very different look here.
Not expecting too many peaks on the side of Vitality here. And yes, they were awarded finding Angel and Sue as previously, but with how that round just went, might revert back to this much deeper hold.
Destrian's taken one of those orbs, so that's off the table for now. Mid control being worked towards.
Didn't catch the trip, actually. I mean, it will be noted regardless, but it'd be good, actually, if the Trailblazer is the one to deal with that. Sort of a plan going forward and shooting it. BONECOLD on the back of the wall has actually preemptively rotated this way.
So you've got BONECOLD, you've got ceNder, and Twisten all here. They're gonna start hearing utility steps. Just wisps of intention coming through.
ceNder and Twisten should be locked out behind this wall, though. cNed actually catches the peak.
But do they expect ceNder? Do they still check on it?
I doubt they looked for it,
They
to be honest. Yeah,
he's got
ceNder!
two! He's got two! It's still game on! Red's gonna come
comes
out.
through.
That's Twisten back on his feet. Now they're worried. Now they're worried about middle. Rightly so. Yes, Angel's down
There's
there.
15 seconds.
Look, oh my, they've still got the plant. The plant's in. But there's 4 players in heaven. They just want to flood Angel. He is screwed.
Oh my God!
How is he doing it? Takes down 3. Unthinkable scenes and brings it back to a 2v2. Destrian, Twisten, cNed, Zyppan. Plants in. Zyppan, none the wiser. Caught drifting in CT. They've got to get a move on though. cNed, can he close down the account? No, he's got Twisten out of the air. And now the 1v1. Where is Destrian? He's got to move forward. He has to take the cNed! There's no one like him. 13-10. NAVI back in business. It got close, but not that close.
How does it end like that? Angel just goes down swinging in vents. Ridiculous play from him.
That turned out to be a cracking map, didn't it? And ceNder turning that round on his head, but he was blind.
This
He
is
was
just
blind
2
for half
muzzle
of it.
flashes. That's all it is. The 30 finds MOLSI.
Wow.
The cherry on top.
Man, what an insane map one. I thought this could be fun as a prospect. A little worried on that score at the half,
I
but
was
wow.
very concerned with the first half from Vitality, but credit to them bringing that one back to such a close affair in the second. But NAVI, honestly, just getting the better of them in the end. Twisten even trying to overwhelm the same way he was with the Blade Storm, but cNed starting to land, man.
Yeah, cNed heating up, Twisten having a fantastic half. So much more to be seen. It is still a best of 3. We do have Fracture coming up next, and before then, we also have the desks. Let's head over to there in just a second.
Nice! Nice!
Hey! Time, no time! Heavy feeder! Nice! I read him like a book, man. Same round.
Red Bull gives you wings. Zero distraction. Zero doubt. Zero opposition.
Usually when I see a target, I won't miss. I try to find weaknesses wherever they are and just game by game try to pick up on anything I can. So this training course is a way for me to really showcase and demonstrate all the questions you guys have been asking, how to get better aim, and it really enables me to answer a lot more and kind of expand on the first video I made like so long ago about Valorant fundamentals.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the studio. A grueling and long match between these, or at least map 1, between Navi and Vitality. But despite Vitality's best efforts, it's still Navi that come out on top with a 1-0 Bea.
Yeah, exactly. We were thinking that maybe the 9-3 was going to be a curse, and we definitely saw why Navi wanted to start on that defense. The attack, though, there was a lot of mistakes, let's say.
Something that both me and Hyper were talking about a lot when it comes to those compositions, that they face similar issues. They had a problem of initiation of attack, the amount of utility, or the design of the utility that they had in the compositions didn't allow them to be super proactive. So they relied more about slowly grabbing the informations, but the problem is no one was giving that. So unless someone overpeaked, they were not giving like a first blood to just cascade on, and that was an issue. Although I really like the fact that the Viper was not used for lurking mostly, but was as a supplemental wall towards the site.
You can't be used for lurking if you have Angel in your team. Like that is something that it cannot work out. But definitely, I think that the head-to-head between Twisten and cNed, I think that Twisten wanted to show up his performance last week. I don't think he was very happy with it, and he had to do something about it. He needs to feel comfortable. We saw him wearing the mask, so he's probably still not feeling his best, but he did perform, especially in that second half.
It felt like the map was pretty slow. Is it just due to the composition, or is it something else?
So in the first rounds, Vitality was being too slow, as Lothar was saying, grabbing the information, and then they were executing without smokes just because you were using them at weird timings, and then you don't have them ready for when they happen. Then cNed goes on the operator, and Destrian goes down, MOLSI goes down. They started to be in these situations where it's always a 4v5 before you even go on to the execute. But the same mistake was happening for NAVI. I was looking at Shao and his stars, and sometimes I was going insane.
The timings, the problem is when you recall it, it just takes such a long time to have it ready for the execute. So when they were rotating, there was a situation from B to A. After they got the opening kill on B, they got to the A side, and Shao was jumping down in vents in astral form and was he couldn't trade because there was already someone there, but he had to put the utility down because he couldn't do it before. There were many moments where the timings were just
but that has to be, it has to be around the mid-round calls and actually him not being able to react to all those things.
Angel still had some highlight moments. One of them is more of a strategic one I want to mention here. If we can bring that up on the screen, setting up specific trip mines.
Yeah, those trips, they can look like
people forget how blessed we have Angel.
Yeah, this looks like a like a TikTok setup or something. But it's specifically, I'm not laughing at it because those specific traps are meant to catch those bees. Yeah, those wasps that are there coming from Vitality. The two duelists with the mobility, so the Jet and the Rays are meant to be caught with that. Unfortunately, we didn't see that happen even once. But
we were trying to be like, oh my god, such cool setups, you know, MOLSI's gonna be running around, Twisten as well. He's gonna, he's gonna catch them and he's gonna get a kill and he's gonna be like, oh my god, Angel. But we're so
those are butterflies.
We have Angel. I am telling you, I could literally, like, if I had to do a highlight package just of this map, I would only pick the Angel moments.
I mean, there's a specific Angel moment in the final round, if you want to pop that up also. A 3K to save it all. A recovery, I want to say.
He wanted to go up, and he's like, oh no, I missed it. No, oh, never mind, I just get 3 kills. And this is the difference sometimes when the Phantom is just so superior, because if they had Phantoms, Angel wouldn't have known where to shoot because the muzzle flash just totally exposes their position.
I think that
insanely hilarious.
Yeah, I think that we saw it in that clip that even though he's blinded by the paranoia, they're so close up to him that he manages to see the cannon of the gun, and he's like, okay, you're first, I see a bullet from here. Honestly, it's just Angel things. It's just that happened to Angel.
Since you are on it, he also did have a close call in round 11. If also could pull that up.
Awesome. It's a 1v3. It's already a complicated situation for MOLSI. He throws the satchel, and just because of Angel's position, he just...
he still has...
Hold it! Hold it!
On the spike.
He gets knocked off to the right position, and he just, he keeps sticking. Angel, I don't think he even noticed.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't go in the right direction, and then you stay in the range of the diffuser, and it doesn't bother you, right? So you have to leave the range. It can be, if it's on the top, by the way, it will get you off. But if it's just like on the side, that's like the same happens with the Astra pull if it's placed incorrectly.
Yeah, because you have a box, you have the wall next to you, and it just knocks you back into it and doesn't really...
It's just the Angel moments that literally gave NAVI this map. It's great.
It still required cNed to put numbers. I think it was like 26 to 17, which is pretty darn impressive. We got highlights all for him because, well, cNed's cNed, right? And he's having a good time today.
Yeah, I think that especially on the defense. On the attack, I think it was more of the general plan and actually getting those mid-run calls to work. But when we think about the defense, I think that cNed was everywhere. When he was required to take out the operator on B, on mid, get in those first kills, cNed delivered just like he always does.
And the thing is, though, on attack, I felt like he didn't have support. You know, like both teams actually kind of suffered from the same thing. The win condition was the defense, right? The win condition is purely defense half, and then on the attack you just kind of hope, oh, we're gonna get some kills, and it's gonna we're just gonna get those 3 rounds or something. So yeah.
Because he's not going to get directly countered when he's on the defense, right? They only have the paranoia to invest onto him. The rest is going to be, what, smokes and someone getting and trying to get a fight onto you. Do you think that cNed is going to say no to that?
I don't think so. When you have the ability to get a freebie, you go for it, right? You seize the moment. Though, our map select, let's remind everybody of how things went down and which map we're going to have for second. It is Fracture, and Vitality will be starting off on the defense in this case. And I think there is a case to be made on what sort of compositions all brought up if we look at map 1 on its own.
It's roll the dice. By the way, Fnatic has played 13 maps so far in EMEA. They have played 11 different compositions. So you tell me how you prepare for that. The only person that comes prepared for this is Angel, and he's playing on the opposite side, so it's gonna be complicated.
Yeah, look at the composition from Navi. Do we expect it to be repeated? I would love to see cNed on Euro. I would love to see some.
Right?
Yeah, I would love to see like a little bit more refinement coming in from Navi, because they always just kind of wing it composition. It's like half-assed, let's say, and then they don't repeat it ever. And it's like, okay, well, I guess you just put it there once out there, so people will not know what you're gonna play next time.
It depends, right? Because they decide to go into this map. Maybe they're going to surprise us with something different. Maybe they have another composition that they need to test, because map 2 is usually where Navi is going to test stuff. They need some more reps on this map if they want to make it a strong one, not only in Prax but also in officials. Maybe this is the right moment. So,
would you swap anything out? If it was
yeah, probably I will swap out the Euro. I will keep the double control.
Don't hurt him.
Yeah. So in your Euro ranking, where is cNed?
Well,
is he top 5?
You know, no, he's pretty good. I was pretty happy with his performance. It's just the fact that there was not many synergies.
Above or below Angel?
Oh, definitely above it.
Look, this is movement map here for cNed on Euro for defense.
For defense, actually, when you're gonna look at if let's say cNed is gonna play that Euro, right? On defense, it's gonna be very similar actually to how you play Jet. It just used the TP as a dash out, so he's taking aggressive angles, tries to get a kill, jumps while teleporting out to safety. So on defense, there's not many differences from his playstyle for Jet. On the attack, that's the one that we're gonna be looking forward to if he will play on that Euro.
It scares me still that we're going on to Fracture for map 1. I was saying that maybe Vitality was overconfident because of the results that they had. On this map, it could be the same.
Well, we'll need to wonder also no more. We'll get to see if Euro gets played here by Navi. Will they switch up to something completely different? The kings of changing things up every single time, as the stats do say. Lothar, anything coming to mind?
Well, I hope they're gonna... Actually, this looks like a very close composition. Are we gonna see the same? Yeah!
Whoa, let's go!
All right. Well, I'm honestly really very positively surprised that they kept the composition, and that means they refined it.
Zyppan was supposed to be on the fade, and he's going to go on the KO. So that is 40 maps.
Another composition!
But that was the combo. You play your fade for the combo, for the synergy.
I didn't say that there was not a combo. I was talking numbers here, okay? I said 14 maps, 12 compositions on the side of Navi.
And for Vitality, it's exactly the same composition that we've seen before. Very cookie cutter, apart from the fact that they played the fade. But the fade has actually a lot of synergy here because of the Raze and BONECOLD here. So a lot of damaging utility that can be comboed with the C's. And we have seen that actually from Fnatic so many times when they coined the Fracture metagame.
All right, our game is ready, so let's get through it. We'll be a 2-0 when we go to map 3. That's Benzin Hypuck to take us through it. Enjoy.
Yes, I guess there is that chance of map 3, but this is still a daunting task to get past. Again, yes, the agents look interesting. What's your thoughts on it? How do you feel about the
I do love seeing diversity in comms, period. Okay. Again, seeing people stray away from what's expected and things that kind of force teams to adapt on the fly. It kind of throws that preparation factor off, which we know for Vitality is actually very prominent. Yes. So for me, I'm absolutely happy to see it. Okay. A little concerned that we don't have the things that Lothar's kind of hinting at, you know, the combination of cutting sound and the TPs to the back line. So maybe we don't see a hyper I guess, choreographed setup for Yoru in some of these set pieces, but again, if he's still going to play as aggressive as he would do on a Jet,
it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, I think the proof's in how it looks in the server without that combination to it. We have to kind of learn by what we see.
Technically, do we see some crazy paranoias to set up the
Maybe,
2Ps? That's the only thing that we can really bank on seeing here if we're going to see that synergy.
Okay. I'll be interested. I'm always down to learn. There's normally method to the madness when it does come to Angel, but...
Mostly madness.
Yep.
But that tends to work for him.
Which is terrifying in its own right. So yeah, eyes a little on cNed this game, and mostly kind of what's put in place to make it work, right? Because on its own, at this level, it's very difficult without that support structure to have as much impact. However, we go into things, and it will be Na'Vi starting out on the attacking side, which then obviously means Vitality on the defense. A relatively close first game defined by some very... obviously, first map, should I say, defined by some very key rounds, but let's see how this one looks.
It's got to be heartbreaking for Split to end the way it did for Vitality, because they did so much right on the defense. Again, to claw back into that as well.
There you go, first contact found, but it is just cNed for now that he's noted. A couple other players joining over this way, though, congregating towards that A piece, but Twisten willing to stick around a little longer, still has that paint shell as well, so not too worried just yet. We do see the split coming through from Dish. Let's see what the approach is from Na'Vi.
Fault line used fairly early on, just on the back of spotting a player. So SUYGETSU actually going to throw a wall up that kind of divides the site in two.
There's the flash. Nothing really opposing Twisten just yet. Finding quite a bit of freedom, yeah. And TP taken. Okay, towards the backside we go. Vitality manhandling this round. Another utility really doing much damage, yet making zero difference here. Fantastic round between, I think it was ceNder and pretty much Twisten really doing a lot of the work, but nothing made them uncomfortable on the site.
Great timing as well for them to pivot immediately towards targeting that drop player. So SUYGETSU unable to really have a say in that one. I mean, has a peak, yes, but it's certainly not comfortable enough to get a free kill, and that's exactly what I was talking about here. At that point, wow, Vitality holding at the front door, ceNder actually finding the blind headshot to close things out. Another pistol on the board for Vitality, tick in the box.
If that's what they've been working on, gives them way more of a buffer.
Like I said, that stat only really becomes concerning when you see the bonus conversions on top. Again, situationally in 9-3 halves or 8-4 halves even, to lose those first three, that's when it becomes a bit of an issue.
cNed has been spotted somewhat, but unfazed, they continue forward. We do have 3 sheriffs coming out, so SUYGETSU, Shao and Angel with those. Everyone else down towards the classics. And on the other side, rifles in the hands of ceNder and Twisten. So Spectre for Destrian and 2 Ghosts. So can pretty much hold their ground here as long as they don't make any uncharacteristic errors over peaks. They should be just fine. Lovely work to connect towards Killjoy there.
Yeah, disabling ceNder's utility is actually pretty big.
He does have to relinquish tower control off the back of this, slips back away, but now, quite like they've taken the fight elsewhere. Again, SUYGETSU really being isolated for the last couple of rounds. Yes, they will give up the site, but the spike wasn't with the initial kind of group that took towards it, so slowly making its way up towards tower. Whether or not they get the plant yet is yet to be seen.
Fake teleport.
So finally it comes through.
Planted.
MOLSI just about reacts to Angel slipping through, getting a little bit aggressive. We'll find an upgrade, at least Destrian actually catching Zyppan with the aftershock. It's just cNed left now. Classic in hand for the first, but the trade comes through from Twisten. Round 2 on the board here for Vitality. And again, great reaction here to isolate SUYGETSU, you noted it. As soon as they feel that pressure ahead of that site here, they're able to find a kill on the back of it. And if that continues into the buy rounds, that's very concerning for Na'Vi.
And I wonder if they're aware of it, or if it was just simply a response to ceNder, one, getting the knife on him, kind of being proactive in what seems to be a disadvantageous situation, pushing down, retaking some map space, but now it's happened twice, right? Over towards Dish by the drop, doing it round 1, round 2 it's happened again. So that's what we can keep our eyes on towards the end of things. As it stands, we look at the Object G power-up round here. 3 rifles.
Exciting. See how Na'Vi look to approach this one. Just see MOLSI get a little bit aggressive towards A main. Have the backup here, obviously the utility from Destrian. What you look for here, but Zyppan ahead of the curve a little bit. MOLSI got to be careful now. Does catch that, but I think cNed caught the flash as well. He's not going to know this reposition.
Wow, MOLSI's making a mountain out of this. Takes another one with him. And cNed gets towards the site. Unsure of what they've garnered so far, and it is the complete safety of the cross. The other two players not really able to make it over there in any sort of feasible time to deny it. So Spike will go down pretty safely. BONECOLD, Molly and 2 smokes. ceNder, nothing really left to put into play, but he has the rifle.
I was going to say a Spectre at this range, though. NAVI just need to play distance to mitigate that risk. I mean, chance here for BONECOLD to maybe pick up a weapon. I'm not sure what's dropped on that death marker, but it's pretty close to the wall.
They're just running the clock solo. Still a flash to play for cNed too. Another smoke put in. Yeah, this is getting really uncomfortable for Vitality. As much as they want to get towards the site, there's utility in the way. And it's just not going to be happening here. ceNder, options very limited now. NAVI going to get there first on the board. 4 standing. They'll be happy with this one, keeping it quite clean. Yes, losing out on Zyppan, but wow, ceNder.
I was going to say, financially okay. But you hit or miss again, you lose that round out. The purchase is already reforced, but this is not giving that one away in terms of ult progress. Yeah, the timing just a little off here for Vitality. You can see this setting up, like I said, for Destrian to put that push into A main in motion. Unfortunate, MOLSI's not found another one. Like I said, I think cNed just catching his own flash ever so slightly. Operator online for Twisten, nice and early. Showstopper as well, so very good early progress in this ult cycle. ceNder, notable in that regard. Only 3 away from the lockdown.
Well, they've noted the operator very early on. I wonder what they do with this information. Again, we know that Twisten is slippery as hell. He'll be everywhere at once if he can be. But just slipping a little bit deeper this time, working off the back of the utility from ceNder, keeping him a little safe here.
So problem being, Zyppan's actually only 1 away from the null command. A kill or potentially the orb over here could make Vitality's hold very difficult.
Great timing on the boom bot.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very nice. I guess not the full picture, sure, but you're still aware of the intention. You can draw that 3rd player over. BONECOLD now joining ceNder and Twisten here. First couple of attempts now up towards the tower. There's going to be a knife coming in, but ceNder actually wins the fight. Sticks around for this one. We can see how this works going forward. None of them actually going towards the side just yet. 30 seconds, they're being held at the door here.
30 seconds left.
Still 2 players of Vitality over towards A, but NAVI need a kill to make this comfortable.
They're not getting much. They're not selling much either. cNed is playing with fire here. It's either walk through the smoke and hope for the best, and actually, he gets away with murder. Oh, and again, come off it. Finding BONECOLD there, straight through the smoke, basically. Unbelievable. cNed just brute forcing the way in. It's not pretty, but they actually might be able to get a plant now. Twisten, yes, does find cNed in the end. The support system gets cut up, though. Destrian goes down. And now in the post plant, you got MOLSI and Twisten just pushed out of position. I don't know how cNed just got away with that.
Just brute forcing his way onto site. Zyppan actually boning up the null command here on the post plant. Desperation for NAVI to secure this round. They won't be able to remove this operator, and that's got to be the key objective after getting this plant. MOLSI and Twisten will slip away. Showstopper burnt up as well, and that would have been key for the next round. They're not going to be able to spread the funds here. Wait and see if that is enough for Vitality to fight back in round 5. But yeah, again, with these kind of windows of opportunity, as soon as the alarm bot is triggered, there's an extra player from Vitality rotating across. And like I said, when you run in the KO, if you can find the Killjoy setup, and again, you've got to argue more often than not, particularly with a Killjoy or Cypher, same argument to be made, but there's probably only one other person there. That window of opportunity has gone so quickly for NAVI, which is why it gets really concerning. You then look at the clock and it's like 30 seconds left before they've even got to sight or got a kill.
And to even add to that, the fact that they got away with cNed walking a smoke, spamming someone through a smoke, and then just
because he's revealed his position. Yes, he fakes the TP, but he throws the flash as well. So
you can't, it just in my mind, it's like how, if that is your game plan, cNed go kill 2 when you shouldn't, I want to see what the next steps to this are. Yes, Navi gets away with it, sure, but I don't know, it just feels a little bit worrying to depend on that. For now, though, it's worked out well enough. See how it works going forward. Spotting players out by Arcade, and there's plenty of them. Navi, almost all in attendance, barring one. That's going to be Angel on the other side.
cNed's got his ult here as well.
Who's next?
There you go. So we'll look to figure this out. Vitality looking to get proactive on the back of this contact once again, though.
Well, cNed's taken towards the side. There are 3 players over towards B main, though, so that is a little bit unorthodox, but they're doing just fine. Navi handling it well. Yes, lost out on Shao, but they still have the side control, so the spike can go down without much contest. And once again, you're probably not feeling like you want to go for this too much. You have one rifle, yes, on MOLSI, but that operator is precious goods here. They just simply haven't had the capability to use it. cNed.
cNed tried it. He actually tried committing to it. MOLSI's found another one here. It's a 2v2.
He's done this with decent time. Okay, noted Zyppan on the site. I don't think MOLSI, oh, he did eat a lot of that flash. Okay, spots out another player over towards Arcade. MOLSI just striding in, making something out of nothing. Angel put to the test here, forced away, and they make it happen. Vitality.
What a throw.
How have they done that one? NAVI just let it slip between their fingertips.
I'd argue gave it to Vitality. On a platter.
That should not, this doesn't feel comfy at all. Watch this round back. Watch what MOLSI was allowed to do.
I mean, sure, cNed goes for this engagement.
He's already won
sure,
the
maybe,
site.
yeah, he's one of them the site. You should argue the round as well. MOLSI's hit a ridiculous shot on that. But then Zyppan's isolated, and there's such a huge gap between the 2 remaining members of NAVI. That one's borderline unforgivable for me. Vitality actually get themselves ahead. Twisten, who opened things up here onto Zyppan.
Yeah, head of the knife as well. Did end up catching it, but that's fine. He stuck around just long enough for it to hit. And it looks like a similar pinch towards A. Yes, that one player through towards Dish. This time going to be Angel instead. Twisten spotting out another. Shao.
I think just considering what the Boombot had seen there.
Okay, and Angel's position should be very much revealed now. They should have free access to the site. I don't think anyone's going to really punish this cross here. Yeah, 3 of them navigating ahead of that. This will be just fine. Plant can go down.
Spike planted.
But a 5v4 here, Vitality, and actually the lockdown going to be invested. That could cause massive problems for NAVI.
Now, what do they do with this? One of them can TP out, sure, but the rest? Let's see. Angel turning the flash fine for the burst, but they're going to take the time perfectly. SUYGETSU with 1, SUYGETSU with a 2nd. This is big from SUYGETSU, forcing them away, but there's still more players here. They just have to kind of sit and watch. Shao holding the line. We still got players going towards the site. They still need to clear, and they do. cNed caught in the end, could not get away from it. Twisten and ceNder this time, the ones to clean up, and NAVI looking out of sorts here.
The funds will be a comfortable purchase behind this, but a couple of rounds now. cNed does get detained from that. I don't think I had an opportunity to TP back out. He's just got to try and wait things out and hope that SUYGETSU and Shao can buy enough time. ceNder closes the gap nicely. Yeah, another successful retake here for Vitality. To have the pit here if NAVI can get themselves into a post plant. This is the point where, I mean, we saw Vitality toy with this in the previous. If they start getting a little more proactive, and we did see it early on this map as well, on the back of very early contact found. So you got to be careful here. ceNder noted as well. And finding the kill on BONECOLD. Again, that window of opportunity is created, but NAVI not able to capitalize.
No, so the rotations are in. You've got 2 more players brought over towards B. You're looking at Destrian coming over. I think MOLSI's there now as well. Yeah, just going to leave Twisten to his own devices on A, which is fair enough. He's got that operator full kit of utility. So putting a lot of faith in the other 3. Prowler going to go down, going to catch on 1, so they know they are still very much in attendance. They're going to try and clear by Arcade. It's a messy shot from ceNder. Destrian overwhelmed. Yes, they do a bit of damage, but they're going to surely now be in problems on the site. MOLSI's in danger. He's got to pick between a rock and a hard place, and he seems to want to...
Player standing.
I thought he had Shao. I thought he had Shao.
Nearly.
17 HP. Shao is breathing, but it ain't by much. And Twisten, he was quite far away to this, but he seems all too aware. SUYGETSU, so sharp though, so quick. Deals with Twisten well. NAVI answer back.
And here, obviously, the utility being noted from MOLSI. I think the Prowler sent through just ahead of that push towards Arcade.
Yeah.
There are opportunities here for NAVI to step the pace up a little bit. They're still taking this very slow approach. Should have had Shao, to be honest. You'd argue he should have had Shao as well.
Observers, why do you keep showing us the less talking we're doing? Huh? I see you. Oh. Oh, Shao. Shao's done something dirty. He's done something terrible to them. This is on a buy, by the way. That's 2 rifles gone, I'm pretty sure. Oh, dear.
And they can't do anything about the Steepy either. MOLSI has to just
MOLSI.
wait. Snakebite doesn't land, but he's isolated regardless. A 2v5 now for Vitality, and Rolling Thunder available, yes, but we're cNed finding that.
The response from Destrian's like, well.
Well then.
It seems I'm in next round now. ceNder is off. Off and away.
Angel might even be close enough to catch this.
He's absolutely heard it.
We've seen him.
Bye-bye. 5 alive. Lovely piece there, but...
Well, talk about stepping up the pace a little bit. Vitality
Fight it,
take the fight to them.
Off we go.
Ridiculous opener from Shao.
Gosh.
One enemy remaining.
Well, more of that.
I think in a similar scenario to what we saw on Split, where after I don't want to say a tilt round, but Vitality need to take a breather. Can't really call that a mistake. We've seen them toy with the idea of being proactive. This is very proactive, very aggressive to kind of stop NAVI from setting up into these slow creeping defaults that they are famed for. Again, if you keep going for this backline of NAVI, they're very capable of punishing it.
Four apiece. And you're right, Vitality just taking a second to go through. Not looking particularly overly animated either. Just calming down after that, potentially trying to keep control of it. cNed not having a bad start though. Currently 8-5, doing well enough on the Euro. Didn't love it initially, now you're seeing it kind of slip into some decent use.
And I guess I know Kukuka started touching on this on the desk, but the concerning side of Vitality's fracture being the attack, whether or not they're just looking to post the bar and set themselves up as best they can. Without getting to the point where, yeah, 5 and 6, sure, you're separated by a pistol. Don't want to come back to that conversation again yet.
There we go. And proactive towards A though, they've taken over A main, so they should be quick on this flank. Similar knife up towards tower. That has been a problem for ceNder. Can't get, he's kind of pinned here at this point. The other two are not able to directly support him.
That didn't catch though.
Okay, so ceNder, oh, the paranoia does though. Tries to just keep his life for a couple more seconds, and the flash is great. cNed, Shao, wonderful unison together. NAVI just showing such diligence on these approaches. I doubted the combination work, but it's wonderful. Now they know both players who are coming in off that flank. Yes, they were quick to this, but now it's a 2v4 on the site itself. Lots of utility left to burn through as well. Can Twisten maybe find some magic here? Not looking likely.
Where are you?
Might be time to back away.
Twisten and MOLSI both won off their ultimates. To potentially get them in use, but not going to have a purchase there. I think BONECOLD and Destrian as well having their ultimates, so... potential here to try and build up that snowball round. I didn't even know it's ceNder actually. I know he uses lockdown, well, it must have been 4 rounds ago now for that A retake, but it's got to be there or thereabouts. Actually, gonna remove one of the rifles.
Twisten, can he hold? Yes. Okay, just about. Yeah, ults are coming. ceNder is still off, but they're pretty big ults too. None of them weak by any means. And this
Flash time in there is perfect from cNed.
yeah, it's strange because cNed's such a great jet player when you see him in motion, you know what I mean? And a couple of other agents here and there, but seeing him look quite comfortable on the Yoru is a very unique aspect to him in showing he's got some nice versatility to him.
This agent discussion is always, if you put somebody that's self-sufficient on any agent, they can deliver, right? It's just the viability from, obviously, that synergy, that choreography standpoint that kind of has to be present.
I mean, I would say, though, I was always kind of a little worried after cNed did fall off from, you know, the jet prevalence once it moved away from that he wouldn't be able to pick it back up, but it's showing that he does have some of that capability here, very much showing it well. However, already BONECOLD going down, this is looking a bit worrying. This is the one that could maybe take that scoreline further away from Vitality. And the ult's going to come through, so can they make anything of this while it happens? Yes, Twisten going to find Shao. Okay, MOLSI going to keep them busy, and
It's the pinch from Dish, actually.
let's see if the others can make it through a little bit in time. Now, obviously, they know they're there. They've already drawn blood in that regard. So, as it stands, kind of cornered into this, but deciding to back away.
Who's next?
So just going to try and fish for some information here.
I know exactly where you are.
Actually, going to expire pretty quickly here. He's got to be careful about where he ends up. But Angel bails him out there. SUYGETSU to follow through. Destrian will fall as Twisten and ceNder left. A 2v4 situation if they opt to go for this. And ceNder will upgrade, call it, to a Spectre. Get a couple, well, a few rounds too many in my eyes where Vitality have been forced to just give it up.
Yeah.
It's looking like it might be another one.
They're taking site with at least 4 players standing at this point. They've been doing well. cNed's ability to just be a problem. Love that Angel was able to help him out. Like, you noticed that the ult was running very low. He was about to be hounded down by MOLSI, but no, handled in the end and supported well. So the worry starts to begin here for Vitality, because I feel like they haven't quite had an answer yet. They've had a couple of shaky purchases short. That was the flank coming in. And you can see the intention is there from Vitality to try and get behind them, but by the time they're there...
We can hit B, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, I was questioning the investment of Rolling Thunder. Again, how quick they are there to sweep out of Dish. And speaking of Dish, Shao got a TP away from this paint shell. And cNed actually finds a kill.
Fabulous work. The support structure is really nice within NAVI now. Just kind of playing in unison is really nice to watch. A couple of moments here, really key to that. And we'd seen a couple of tests of those aggressive, space-taking moves over towards either A main, over towards Dish. We saw it B main as well. Arcade, Vitality are happy to try and take some of this space, but NAVI all too aware of it now.
Here.
And that punishing factor in effect again here in round 11. And yeah, we can hit B, guys. It looks like that might be the aim once again. No command here, so ceNder got to be careful about his positioning. And right now, with him being spotted, there's a chance for him to be isolated with the ultimate.
And the other two, even on this flank, are so far away.
And they're stuck behind 2 trips, not just 1 trip, it's 2 trips.
Okay, one of them get past. What you gonna do, BONECOLD?
He's leaving it as late as possible to pop this one.
But there's the second. And he has to do it again. Okay, so here's the thing. Does he hold off? Yes, he does. He waits as long as he can. cNed! He checks on it so fast,
HP,
regardless. Oh, come on! This is just brutality for Vitality. I hated saying that. I'm so sorry.
Iconic.
Shut up. Caster of the year, by the way. ceNder is screwed. He can make a damn good stand of it. It does not matter. NAVI have regained control here. They are very much in charge, and Vitality yet to really find any form of answer.
Yeah, it's tough to see how BONECOLD and Twisten have to approach that flank, but it's immediately dealt with. cNed with 2 ridiculous shots.
The fact he was turning that way so early on as well.
Sorry. Comfort on an agent. He eats his own flash, but then still finds the kill.
Feels cNed.
This was on the paint shell to try and isolate Shao, by the way. He's desperate to just try and flash somebody off the angle so they can't peek the paint shell. Thanks for catching that one. Because that looked real good.
cNed's gone all. Oh, he's quite good with it too.
Yeah, he's about to kill too.
Yep.
And immediately he's back over here to pressure B main.
Oh, There we go. Finally gone down. They're down to 3 players. They have 3 big ults as well. It just feels like Na'Vi have been so slippery. Where you meant to use it?
I mean, yeah, do we see ceNder and BONECOLD drift away from sight here? The answer's probably going to be no with where BONECOLD's going exploring, but you're right, those are 2 massive ultimates to have available here. MOLSI with his positioning, you got to argue it's probably going to be lent towards a retake, but...
Oh, ceNder's off.
I was talking over it there. I'm not sure if ceNder was actually loud rotating. BONECOLD's positioning, you can't deny Pliant. If anybody clears tower here, Na'Vi aren't doing it.
Okay, BONECOLD, it's all basically on you. The knife does not reach him either. He's got a shot at this. Gonna get down Shao, 30 seconds. All gonna come in, tries to clear towards tower, or at least outside of it. There's the ult as well from ceNder. Na'Vi are running desperately low on time, and actually BONECOLD is holding. He needs to hold as much as he can. Keep presence, allow time for ceNder to come back, allow for MOLSI to get back there and try and keep this together. SUYGETSU is running out of time and running out of chances. Has to make his move, has to go now. 8 seconds, a tap on the spike is not enough. They're not falling for his trickery. They're gonna let the clock rock. And BONECOLD doing wonders to keep this scoreline away from a disaster.
Absolutely, I think BONECOLD enters this round at 1-9, so huge for him to come alive, to actually make the difference between a 7-5 and an 8-4 half, which is massive.
It's huge. Considering
those numbers from the previous performances of Vitality here on Fracture.
This whole first half feels like once they got cNed rolling, once they started to really find comfort within that, it looked fantastic for them. I was very worried for those first couple of rounds. It felt not quite in place. It felt a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, and again, the way that Na'Vi are playing, I don't think they're solely reliant on cNed really, blowing sights wide open. His TPs are very reactionary. Obviously, he's kind of just using it to bait kind of in that kind of pivot part of the round where there's a little bit of contact, a little bit of an exchange. So in that regard, it's not really reliant on him, synergizing with another agent particularly well. Na'Vi had a very slow burn approach to this attack.
Yeah, they did. Vitality really struggling to get any of those flanks into the right place at the right time. You saw so many attempts at it, and some very unfortunate scenarios, that fully blind kill that happened. All of these moments certainly do add up. So.
And the other thing as well, to say, it sucks for ceNder as well to be kind of targeted when you have a KO in that composition in RV. The focal point was being, we even heard Angel saying that, yeah, we can hit B, guys, let's just keep doing it. And like I said, that slow burn approach, time and time again, Vitality tried a couple of times to get proactive or to play very reactive off of Na'Vi's contact. Just didn't play out, which again, you look at the scoreline, they come out actually probably the best case scenario.
But as much as we talk about, the factor of Vitality missing some of those pistols and not quite having it by their side, them at least having a pistol in this as well has kept them somewhat afloat. It gives them a little bit more of a buffer into that second half, which they certainly do need here because, again, I just get a little scared when Na'Vi have a little lead on the half. They just grind things down so mechanical, almost like a machine at this point when it comes to it. Some nasty little rounds coming out from some of these individuals. But yeah, actually not minding the Yoru as it stands. I was a little worried without the fade, but it looks quite nice.
I'm always excited to see players, and particularly iconic players in terms of an agent behind that name, switch things up.
It's cool, right?
And to see if I'm impact and still fragging out, I'm all for it.
Yes,
Seen it back on Rainer, you heard it here first. Lothar grinning ear to ear.
I really want someone to look in Rainer just to upset Lothar in a completely useless map. Just do it.
For a game he's on the desk for as well.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course. All right, second half, 5-7. And a very well-needed pistol here for Vitality. Otherwise, Na'Vi might just start grinding out this game. They do have a buffer. Decent couple of rounds here. Some big impact rounds for Na'Vi, though. And now on the defensive side, let's see how they bring this one together.
So you've seen it already preemptively sending the TP across. I'm not sure if that's caught on the wall, but maybe the intention is for that to head all the way towards B. You can see on the X-ray, it's a 3-man stack here from Na'Vi.
This is extremely ratty. Okay, well, Angel's got to accept that. It actually catches both players. And this is just going to be madness. Yeah, perfect work from Vitality on the way in, though. Going to catch both of them. Third player was somewhat unknown, but Zyppan can only get one. Takes out Destrian, so a huge man advantage to Vitality. 4 standing to the 2. cNed still alive, does have, I think, a flash to hand. So has that to play with, but SUYGETSU on the other side, very little in the form of utility here. And Vitality with lots to play with.
One enemy remaining.
ceNder will find that one. cNed drifting out. Now SUYGETSU in a 1v4. Frenzy this range.
Frenzy best gun, don't worry. See? It's all good. He's 48 HP.
I was going to say, yeah, there's no way he actually gets these two. With a high-low setup, but... Yeah, curious to see what causes Angel to take the decision to drift into his cage there. I mean, you get that sound cue when somebody steps into it anyway. I'm not sure if the fault line just completely threw the plan off, but that three-man stack absolutely dissected. And maybe that's it, yeah. Maybe that replay actually paints the picture. There's Twisten's pressure through Arcade that forces Shao obviously into that engagement and that push that comes down to B main.
Yeah, and that crossfire just can't hold anymore.
I mean, they have to push back over towards the cage. It's just space. We'll see conceded by Twisten's pressure. For the approach, yeah, only one pistol for Vitality and two rifles actually back up these Spectres.
Shao's got one. Oh god, cNed's got another.
No.
This shouldn't happen so often. But here we are in this form of
still looking to hit this site as
god,
well.
Shao batters him out of the air. Twisten left embarrassed on the floor as Destrian BONECOLD.
Did Angel spot both as well?
I don't know if he spotted both. Oh lord. Oh dear. Shao.
So it looks like Shao knew where the second was.
Hello and goodbye. It's all down to Destrian. Oh, this is... That's one they soon
Flawless
forget.
round two conversion.
Wow. Just the way it started as well.
Vitality immediately looked to respond to this as well. It's like, guys, just follow through. The other three members actually step up the pace to catch. Potentially NAVI retreating, but at that point, they've got the upgrade. You don't want to feed into that.
No, it feels like they fed into what NAVI almost wanted here.
Twisten plucked from the skies.
Oh, he headshots me.
Yeah, he headshots you.
He does. That's Shao.
Poison ore, toxin screen down.
Headshots and such. Well, NAVI with a round in hand, basically, the free purchase, right? Those free upgrades they've just been able to walk away with, which is madness to my mind. But Vitality, looking for pace is the answer, and it doesn't look like a fantastic one. Softened up, Destrian and BONECOLD go down quite comfortably. It's MOLSI to fight back, but Zyppan and Angel, oh.
Don't think that was an intentional one.
Wait, making sure. He's fallen and cannot get up. What do you...
I don't think that one was BM.
He might just be knocked. I'll double check.
9 on the board now for NAVI. And this is where it becomes a little worrying, actually. You lose this buy round. NAVI double digits and gives them access to the 11th, you've got to argue. And with that flip, actually, NAVI will have a big advantage in terms of this ult cycle. It's actually not, well, cNed 2 away and an operator online for him. Twisten 2 away from the showstopper as well, so the saving grace there. It's not actually as big as I thought it would be in terms of an advantage. But it will hit actually on the wrong round for Vitality.
Okay, so Shao's going to get the first contact forced away. Flash comes in. Doesn't actually catch it all. A little too far behind. Twisten was still able to get ahead of it, take down Shao. Now, okay, we're going to see that little pinch. Does it work out? Soaking up the utility they're trying to throw in. SUYGETSU gets a second shot of life here. cNed is trying to watch this as well. SUYGETSU still with a fantastic angle. Almost brought them to death. MOLSI's barely breathing. Destrian took a boatload of damage. And a quick drop down from Angel? Audacious play to take the fight there. Spike should be planted, so at least time's on their side, but a 3v3 post-plant.
Destrian 56 HP, MOLSI 11 HP. Difficult to hold on to, but Twisten's found one.
It's huge, he's still fighting. Twisten, if he's got to do it all himself, he will. A massive round from him, getting ahead of that first flash and then closing down the round.
It's crazy as well. It's another scenario where it's like Twisting goes big, or it's really difficult for Vitality to follow through on that. He's so far ahead, but you noted it, he's ahead of that flash. That's the response from NAVI, and he isolates Shao in this scenario. Beautiful stuff from him.
Nice, Twisten.
Again, actually a crucial round win for them. We'll force the repurchase from NAVI, yes. Still a couple of numbers on the right side there that are quite concerning. NAVI's still got another comfortable purchase behind this. Showstopper available for Twisten. cNed will actually retrieve that orb, so has his ultimate as well.
Ooh, what's this?
Just Angel setups.
Angel's doing weird things again. They have taken sight. SUYGETSU has to relinquish, but takes a bit of a shot in the dark with that. Takes Twisten down to well, a little bit lower HP, but he should be somewhat okay. Now he looks towards the Mayhem. Spike is yet to cross to the site. Now it makes its way through, so Spike will go down.
Oh no, he's not.
Okay.
They're just delaying the plant.
Yeah, okay. And now pops the ult. Okay, in we go. Let's see what you can do with this one, cNed. So it's out 1, 2, 3. Cool. Plenty of info. Flash ready. Gonna send it in the meantime. NAVI helped him clear the site. Now gonna tap towards the defuse. Twisten drawn towards this. Has to check on it. Has to look towards it. Lovely. Double checks with the jump peek. cNed waits till he strikes. Takes down Twisten. Now MOLSI and ceNder have to fight back.
Placing swarm grenade.
There's one on towards it.
Does actually win that.
Oh my god, ceNder, this isn't pretty. The 1v1, he's got it, ceNder. Holds his nerve, clutches it out. Something from nothing there for him.
That's a massive round for Vitality to follow through here with a second consecutive. SUYGETSU actually, I don't know if this is paranoia to try and avoid the showstopper. Ends up committing to the engagement.
Yeah. Why does it sound so bad on the replays? Here we go, 8-9. Scoreline getting a little closer. There we go. cNed back on the operator though. Oh god, here we are. Right, finds MOLSI. Dips away, gonna stick around just as long as he can here. They will get access to the site, but he can watch a fair amount of this cross. Oh dear, now he's screwed. He's gonna have to stand and hope and pray that no one tries to push this one, but look at Twisten on the way. A couple of players fell back, but no one able to close down towards cNed fast enough, so he will get to play his life out now. Spike is down, and they fought very hard for that. Lovely combination of the ults, not finding the value they want, but you saw the intention.
Beautiful setup, unfortunate not to find a kill, to be honest. Destrian still got that rolling thunder. Actually posted pretty early here.
Very early. I think that only catches one. I think that only found Angel, and Shao with the operator now, leaving cNed to be able to go ahead, try and be the tip of the spear. BONECOLD does find Zyppan, but now sitting towards the spike. cNed ain't moving, gets off at the half, has to. Destrian denies, and now it's down to 3. Shao, Angel, and SUYGETSU. What are you meant to do in this one? Have to clear some of these bodies, and they can't. ceNder holding on again. Yes, they got it to half, but they can't quite get to the spike. They still need to get the defuse, and ceNder, he wants to be the hero, but I don't think he can be in time.
He got the defuse! He actually got the defuse! The poison orb stays up long enough after SUYGETSU falls, and he's able to stick it with no time left to spare.
God, ceNder tried so hard to try and keep hold of that.
Wow. What a round from Vitality, though. Again, unfortunate not to find some value off that investment of the fault line and the orbital strike, but at least it gives them, I guess, free access to site. They have so much utility to try and hold on to that post plant, but it just doesn't get there. Barely anything separated them in that round.
Right, I'll find you.
Not sure what Angel was.
Angel's. How's he got Twisten? I don't know, this round's already weird.
I don't know what he was doing initially there. It was like...
I don't think he knew.
And then he stood in the middle of the site and still gets a kill. Twisten's got to be thinking, what the hell is going on?
Is he here? Spike planted. Spike is down though, so that's pretty nice for Vitality. Lovely from ceNder. Picking up where he left off in that previous round. This time wants a little more. Zyppan going to be spotted. Knife going to go in. Not going to really deter ceNder too much. No. Going to carry on forward. Lovely shot. Now just 2 and probably a save is their best bet here. What was Angel up to?
I don't know, but it comes at a point that's actually quite concerning. This kind of back and forth, this war of attrition in the second half in terms of the finances for NAVI. Their save round comes at the worst time possible.
Toxin screen down.
Yeah, cNed leaves this with 300, Zyppan 50, Angel 1100, but it's just not the funds there. So it should be an opportunity for Vitality to actually tie things up here, Lauren.
That was a very underwhelming round.
It is criminal.
Yeah, no,
it is criminal.
The brakes now, yeah.
Maybe they were just mid-discussion or something, and the barrier drops, and this is a pacey approach here from Vitality. Maybe that's what catches Angel off guard. But initially, he was the solo anchor towards this site.
That was it. So, timeout called for NAVI.
Maybe actually, sorry,
go ahead, please.
To even look at that round previously, ahead of the timeout, whether or not that's the round the NAVI are looking to get proactive. Go exploring and try and disrupt Vitality a little bit with that 4-player stack towards the B side of the map.
Just very fortunate time.
Well, unfortunate actually, because it happens in a round where Angel's immediately traded out. They don't really have the opportunity because Vitality then follow through on the pressure.
Yeah.
Now they come in with a lesser purchase. They're not going to be able to employ that approach to this round.
Yeah, it seems like that might be the reason for that timeout now, to kind of consider what their next couple of steps are.
And it's always a red flag. You call the timeout, you expect the adaptation. The Vitality will be on red alert now. Getting pretty close to a full deck in terms of the ultimates for NAVI.
Yeah, cNed's really close, but Angel, I mean, no, it's not the end of the world, but the buy, yes, they have those 2 rifles. SUYGETSU and Shao will have those. This round, see if anything can be made from very little. Happy to take contact over towards the A site. Naturally, looking like cNed wants to kind of backfill a little bit to this, a little bit of a deeper trip sent there by Angel. And there's the contact made. 1-for-1 trade out, Shao still alive, but not for much longer. Vitality doing well here, very diligent on approach. ceNder really coming into his own in the last couple of rounds now. 3 more to find, and the 2 rifles have been removed.
ceNder down to 30 though.
You should run.
Actually, investment of the lockdown here from ceNder as well. Just to try and secure this. It's going to force Angel into a very uncomfortable position, but with ceNder low HP, actually going to give across the weapon. Luckily, Twisten there to remove that threat. So now a 2v3 presents itself for NAVI.
They didn't quite cross to the site before this, though. So, again, there's still a little bit of threat to this, but none got caught on the cross. So Zyppan and cNed unable to make the most of that. Can't cNed be a nuisance at all. Not really here. Yeah, still a lot of utility for Vitality to hold on to this. Destrian a little stuck to where he is, but again, unless you're going to get a banger from Zyppan, shouldn't be too worried. Not much to play with here. Yeah, just the classic for cNed. He has managed to slip a little closer on the side, but these are rifles. The flash is fantastic, but it will be controlled. Vitality actually losing 3 players, yes, but 2 stand. And the scoreline now all even, 10 apiece.
Yeah, like I said, to come through with these finances and to tie the game up at this point, NAVI actually up against the ropes in terms of the finances.
But they might have a snowball round now, right? They've got so many to play with.
Definitely not a comfortable position to be in.
One enemy remaining. Still waiting.
Vitality, again, they win this. They basically get map point in terms of NAVI being knocked back down to a
Placing swarm grenade.
non-existent purchase, to be honest with you.
Face your fear!
He's got to get away from that now. They're going to try and regain control over towards A main. And there's actually only 1 player on the other side of it, so they've got to be cautious on this one. Going to be held back. As Vitality will take towards the side, but they still have players here. They did not fully rescind by any means. Shao still amongst them, and Shao still thriving. 3 kills back to back. cNed holding off towards A main, leaving Destrian in such a bad position. Finds a fantastic first, and Angel absolutely lost. What? Where are they looking? Destrian! He almost got away with daylight robbery!
I think Angel looks up to where Zyppan is there. little bit of confusion in the fray, but massive opener from Shao. Capitalizing on SUYGETSU's Viper's Pit and the Snake Bite, actually.
Yeah, look at this. You're absolutely right.
And shuts down Twisten before he can cause any problems in the back lines as well. A crucial round win for Navi.
That's what Tom.
Oh, was it? I wasn't even looking. Hello, Tom.
Oh, I think he waved. Oh, shrugged. Okay. Well, BONECOLD started quite nicely this time. Just decides to take a straight fight against cNed and actually wins it. Fair enough. 5v4 beginnings. Now, we're still seeing the Bulldog for Angel. We're still seeing a couple of bits and pieces missing from what Navi would have wanted, even with this round advantage. Ult there for Destrian as well. Huge to bring in. BONECOLD, one away. Not a million miles off from Twisten. He's hiding. Goodbye. Where's Mitch? Feels weird seeing one of you, not both. No, I'm sorry.
That's a beautiful trip, by the way.
Yeah?
Yeah, on the tower towards B.
Angel's been in like a class. He's been deep on the TikTok, right?
In the custom game dungeon, yes.
Two noted off that.
Staring each other down here.
Oh, this is going to be fun. We've got 4 players on the side. Here comes that ult.
It doesn't catch Zyppan.
How does it not even find Zyppan? Was he too close to the wall? It doesn't matter! Zyppan with a monstrous spray. Angel alive and kicking this round. Leaves ceNder irrelevant to it. Locked off towards Dish, and what a way to play it. You thought that ult would have been golden there.
I think Destrian's posted right up against the wall.
So it just skips that little bit.
It just misses Zyppan.
That's devastating for them. They walk through a full intention of it being cleared, or at least being a favourable scenario.
Wow.
Not the case. And now 12 for NAVI. Vitality. This is going to be a heartbreaking loss potentially here.
It really is. Again, shown so much promise here in the second half once again.
Yeah, unaffected.
I mean, again, he should never get 3 from this position. Even being missed off the Rolling Thunder. And a sigh of relief from Zyppan.
That's upsetting. And now to try and regain what they had for so many rounds. They were doing so well for so long. Vitality brought this game back. It was looking like this was going to be their map for some time, quite genuinely.
Problem being as well, everything but the pit available for NAVI. And on the side of Vitality, I don't even think they're going to be able to stretch to the 5th rifle. Be a Guardian or a Bulldog at best for Destrian. As we come into round 23 and NAVI on 12. That snowball round we were alluding to could be on the cards here.
Could be. This is the big round for Vitality. It's either GG or maybe they can draw this game out. They've done so well this half to pull it back.
Twisten going to go for the operator here.
Oh, we haven't seen much impact with it really from him this map. Oh, big investment, brave. Really dangerous, but you're right. God, there's so many ults against them. Just Zyppans, cNed's annoying, Shao's very valuable. Angel's got his as well in case maybe it finds some value, but BONECOLD's got his online. Is there anything they can do to make this work? Twisten taking those first couple of cautious steps forward. A little bit of contact made towards 8, nothing much. Yeah, that Guardian for Destrian. But look how much space Twisten's getting.
We can give it a number of angles to explore, but Angel now to okay. I was going to say toying with the idea of stacking up behind the smoke, but Twisten actually won off the showstoppers. Yeah, he will swap out here. Wants to try an entry as best he can with the blast packs.
Only got 1 to implement.
No kill trip here though for Angel.
No. Here we go. Does Angel succeed? Yes, he does. He holds him at the door, taking down Twisten, who's been such a catalyst for this side. And Navi's starting to thrive here. BONECOLD does find his victory on the site, so a plant is feasible, but they need to shore up this site. And you just heard it, the ult gets popped. cNed takes a little bit of a tour around, calling it out. Paranoia hits, oh dear, it's all in motion. Perfection from cNed. BONECOLD is still trying to hold on to this though. He's making something out of nothing. But can he keep this up? cNed, oh, he's got him. BONECOLD, he's not done just yet. MOLSI with the operator and a 2v2. They should have time for a plant here. Smoke just to cut off, allow maybe BONECOLD to step. He's off HP and it's precarious.
Oh, the reveal missed. They bounced back on him.
Is he walking this way? No,
10
okay, I was
seconds
looking
left.
towards SUYGETSU there, I was a little worried.
One
Shao
enemy remaining.
commits, and now there's problems. BONECOLD surrounded, and he's dead. SUYGETSU with the heartbreaking strike at the end. NAVI defuse right in front of Vitality.